Abusuafo, me ne wo kasa sisi mmere ne de news a ahete Ghana. Ama Ghana fo bebe na ahya se ka se oh we de enye nwanwa. Si ehu ye ekan ye manji de bi mu nso kire ma we de efuo mu enti no omu hia evidence ansa no magye adi a omu agye adi. Twene ni da ho a ye mmɔnchen eba mpanifuo ebu no ene emu ada ho pefe amobi ehu ne patre ono bo Canada akompre ko hini Agyapong enwe be etwemu ebeto dwa se nkopese on stand the president anase nkobeye flag bearer ma MPP na ye hu emobekasa ni ade but ene information a free close source ono anakachi eba etwema wala dedi wama eni ada ho webi ebiensem ama ise campaign managers bi no mahyiase ene regional national constituency ye beye campaign kenchenchen bi a enya asem ketewa ni nyina na yeden a for honorable Kennedy Agyapong 2024 and I say Ken for 2024 ni ambition for presidency no wenya ada nedi I was say 2024 the Asen Central ye waye bi a ye yie obi from meje no no so ombehwe Ghana nyina Asen Central monko amuntimi fa ne pa ne nko a e was so my money nyina yenya faso e woni so bi nana honorable ni ambitions you say aye clear say your true definition where you ma ye hu say intentions ni we no pay according to the source no 2024 obekọ for primary still na ye wo ho a watwa so with the presidency
answer na mamefa in chake say nkoma for ni ahwefo all over the globe. First of all, these news are bad on me myself. I'm not surprised. Last 2 years and yinya information say Agyapong had plans for a presidency, but it was quickly trashed and as all by out. Ebeka say enye no kre on in a 2 TV. Eka say no of the president but clearly that was a lie. And the reason why he said that was because Ken has no ambition and you guys are cooking up things. Me chechi we into obekasa. Ni nyina say news about last year na MPP omo kweka second term and I said elections and the president award no osiki a second term. So party leadership di nyina no omo akwadwen krom aka say the president was going to go unopposed. Meboa. Exactly. So unopposed, any person or best sorry say or person challenging president, clearly which means any pan on per president nasem. And a bet making it seems that there's leadership crisis and also conflict of interest. You can't serve in Akufo-Addo's administration and want to battle him a bra or con a second term. So clearly Agyapong Okasa Semne was say Okana or allude any fears and I say anything that perhaps be used as a weapon at destroying the relationship with the president. But that's said and done. The president won his elections and he is in the second term. The second term anyway, in the next 2 or 3 years, the term ever end, God willing. Who is going to take the mantle? Now, this is what happened. Omoye survey be omoye ya na no kra mi po me kan wansem no. Survey na ba no 2 surveys. Baako no ene say MPP sene ye pe a different flag bearer or beje mantle no efi Nana Adudankwa Akufo-Addo in Simwa. Who would it be? Omuye poll no amount for mensa and a top pay. The first person was Bawumia who had over 50%. The second person was Alan Chemantin Onusu I think over 30%. The third person was Ayeyira Kennedy Agyapong Onya 4%. All the others did not even make it to 1%. So if you look at it clearly, it tells you that the big 3 here in this question, Kennedy Agyapong, Bawumia, Alan Chemantin and Kennedy Agyapong. Now let's see for example, and for instance, Bawumia say on Peso Berane. Bawumia say on Rane. Then it leaves us with Alan Chemantin and Kennedy Agyapong. Let's see Alan Chemantin say when you need the age ne sebe ni mpomudin tino ono so onkobium. I'm saying say bia ontimi onkobium. Then it leaves us with no other person than Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. That's the first survey. Second survey a survey omoya the whole Ghana and the youth. Why am and a politician ben and a leader pen and omo pen asema that be omo person be president. Omoya nipo top both NDC and MPP Kennedy Agyapong. So you see, the numbers are in his favor. Clearly, he has a chance. And say and net waba out and on buy and I report back from his camp. Say he has a presidential ambition. I think says in the right interest because you see the voice of people is the voice of God. And this time in history, if people want the leadership of Kennedy Agyapong, we need to go for it. People will bring up things, say, oh, ni subai and ade. But let's look at Trump. Trump also had a certain sort of behavior, not be any engine. But yen kind of correct. Trump had the greatest economy during his time. Policy was something he did great. Many of the things that Trump here in CNN and because they are aligned with Democrats. But se am biased reporting, you will see say Trump was doing well. Even blacks and Ghana phobia no more in the US. They will tell you say during Trump time no. So you want $1,000 at Trump time will be $2,000 or $3,000. Taxes were low. Me pese be go into details, but clearly, in as much as Trump subani bibi we saw the greatest person, and the president was able to get the greatest economy, and his term was Trump. He even beat George Washington. What am I saying? So clearly, you share the nipa bit my more minor. And sana ya joining. Yes, exactly. Now in this case, you have fun. It says 2024. We have 4 people on the ballots. Yewura Mahama. Our ballot paper no so. Your friend is saying Baumia. Our ballot paper no so. Dr. Kwamna Dufo. And also our ballot paper no so. Any Kennedy Agyapong. If I would choose, I would choose Kennedy Agyapong. I'm not being biased, but because of what I've seen. And what he said, I believe say obetima bua Ghana. Even say ontimi bua Ghana krana me hu enkai nyina omonseso. E be my ministers, e be my head of state, e be my prime minister and a vice president. But I've not seen Kennedy Agyapong. Obeka say Kennedy Agyapong the any Asin Central because if you want to judge a book and if you want to judge somebody, you need to start looking around and judging him by how he even appears.
If you are not
exactly. But Obiti said Mahama, you born Mahama, Namupumuko Koram Bisa amount for would they want Dramani Mahama back? They clearly tells you say, Omo penasem, but the thought of Mahama, it brings doomsday back into your head. How we witness people laying off works and how people are sleeping in our show and our heat. With infrastructure. He was a vice president and a president. What else? Yambra Baumia. You've seen Baumia's 8 years. Sebe, the Akufo-Addo ye the father of the economy now, Baumia. Or no normal others, the father of economists. Intimi hum Baumia economy. Dr. Kwabena Dufo. He's an excellent man. Governor and a finance minister da. But near me be a uncle ye enuntino. I would not like to vote for him. BB to say handling of the Unibank. I used to save at Unibank, but Unibank go transition will make it to a CBJ no. Bebreyini anje ho. It told the Buchanesi because they were merging all the banks. It's not bank any catch all class say nya time and then nya bremo ntimi fa beji usika. How he brought Unibank, and Unibank was striving, getting awards, or maybe UniCredit near the Adebayo, and all of a sudden, shim, it just collapsed because they were defunct. And I know Muniska, or maybe Tia, one more Musika Abetoa. It tells you say, Adia, is good, he can manage the economy, but he couldn't manage his company. He couldn't put Unibank on a scale, a bit more compete with the Apex Bank, like the Barclays, the Stanbic and Co. So or not to or no and so on, he's out of the league. So that leaves us with Kennedy Agyapong. Now Kennedy Agyapong man for Beka say yen count no so ne die. Asin Central die na waye wo. This is the case Asin Central. He's helped people, number 1. 2, he doesn't commission rules. He's fought with people on his TV station. He's even went on a tirade to leave the party and protest alone. if they don't do his roads for him. Road minister, untimi question is say onkoya Asin Central Road because all parties Asin Central intimi be ye kwan ne kwan e was ye free Accra stretch Ebra Central region at the baho. If he A point A and something about point B, some parties say it's in the process. Yan kind of I check 21 years as an MP and I was saying maybe saying it's speedy up and then oko ayawa so west wogona because of the job era a year Lydia Hassan Nikuno a year Chamanti Jaku or yeah in the legacy he's left. ATDBI MPP is tipped to win in Ayawa so West Wogon. That is also a key. One of the issues among Fosobeka A Agyapong Suba. You know, Agyapong has the good and the bad, the advantage and the disadvantage. By the end of the day, let's see how he can help us. At the end of what beat him dear Buagana. I've listened to one of his interviews with Dentha Ebra. He was speaking, and I began the question. He said, "What would you do if you were the president? How would you make Ghana make money?" And the explanation he gave about tourism, I believe, sir, if they're able to sell these ideas to the masses, explain to them very well, ebeboa.
I know your campaign message.
Yes, ebeboa ye pa. And secondly, too, if this information is true, secondly, Japan really wants to be a contender in the 2024 general elections. Then I think, say, maybe what was so started cutting off where he goes to, what he sees, what he does, and even who he associates himself with. I was saying in a calculated step because you see, if you really want to come a battlefield, you should be against you. That is why when you see elections, people go as much and as far as taking audios. So when say 2020 election, they were using audio, so it goes so using it against the president. What am I say? So a campaigner is everything is being used on the battlefield. So Japan, if he really wants to be a contender, I believe say this time around no, I was so who's no be to na nama ye your beka need your baby your beko because they are going to use it against him.
Okay. And I'm saying, now going to your to take on Kelvin Taylor, to take on Kweku Skirt, to make sure you're sending the what allegations are making about him and Ukraine. Would you say a part of the strategy analysis, the campaign strategy, because say I'm part of a sort running for the president, I was so making sure sending the what to ye yabone and conference. And they don't see that what's sorry Nancy because allegations are found when you're and I win your first one. Be feel be obey MP. I can't be brafan home. One sorry waka. To send you away. What sorry was no.
Yes, that's a very brilliant question. So, can Agyapong 8 team and a campaign team need team here? Ghana for one thing we've realized, they say they don't vote based on say obi a competent and now obi ideas. A laudable. Me patch me say obi bitimi ibu omani say obi ede shebe to a Ghana benyeska. Those things no, it doesn't sink in yetie, but it doesn't sink in. Ni say ohwe Ghana your literacy rates now. And you be upon a business into GDP, net worth, okoka a year inflation never be brew muchim. The Indian is kabeba ebotum. What am I say? So that is the idea of the ordinary Ghanaian man. Now, the second thing I want to say, most of Ghanaians, they vote based on personality. Mekai Rollins, Oyekuno, Osamba say, or person standing for president, no, Ofi, sa military era ni mana, sa military association ma, or Betty PNDC, no. Oba, no, people look at his personality. Inti Rollins, you can't no nonsense manner. His name is Nest. You can't be disciplined and dedicated. Rollins is Nest. And Nuntin Ghana for F1 Hodo able to into power. You buy no any who say 1996 a year papa president Nanado Dankwa Akufo Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo or lady Kumi Preko some time back, 90s more lady Kumi Preko. He gained popularity, but a bar no say omo be flag bearership no yewra John Agyapong for former president also sorry waka say opeso oye dey contest omo nya de ko sie ni the personality profile no ebiti Ekufuado because amount for so bema tintin gram asante all these personality traits Emma Ira John Kufo to me be winning the 2001 now fast track ye ba the ewo so ne the ewo so sisi ana amount for referred to as asasumdwe hine obi kras papa no obre no wanse se na okasa omo de voti ma no e ba ya ba mahama o ma mo buade ana o youth odwen Ghana ho onya akokra obitima boa Ghana these personality ho ye fe these personality traits amount for to mahama ena e ba yira eye efe ne say Akufuado put amount for se wakosa ebi mu kra se yehu no mobo papa no ompe kasa yes papa we no timi ka French ka brofo papa no no otimi ka uza kan cry a whole lot of traits so realize that the campaign was centered on the manifesto. By the end of the day, the people chose the personality over the manifesto. Boiling down to Kennedy Agyapong, he needs to know that this race, everything is involved. In fact, overtaking is even allowed here. And everything is on the table. It also means that personality is everything. And our personality matters. Obi be pe wa asem, o boy nipa, o chase rane nema. But we be feel so Kennedy Agyapong send and the bufu or kasa no bia ye voting as president grand obi ye bibi kwa na enya and I say sebe angrofo ye bibi na enya wetimi twa soldier force ye enko finish omo it's a perception me wa nya sa not here so it's up to him to change that mentality of Ghanaians papa ye person be ye president but niema say ni na was some ye research who the amount for pet need your mom pet. If Kennedy Agyapong is able to do all of this and work on all of this, they be buano. What am I saying? We so the baby mamas. In the baby mamas ni ye do bit my ye. We need what he can do for Ghana. Not the baby mamas, not the girlfriends, not the secret spending, not pastors expose. Let's look at Nipo bit my boa Ghana. Yeah. I still believe in the tourism idea and a laudable, but what can't assume which a market woman omoye mass voters obeka se ehun hiano the hian ska obehwe ska asanhwe personality King Japan umbisa ne ho say would they like him what am I say people will still say he's bold papa no they need them but you need to be of balance. Okay. That is it.
All right. Inti na just say honorable ni ambition no wale ni clear 2024 say baso ko primaries no we ni na ko hunu wo ballot paper no so na obeto ama na watu ama no obeto ama bi fufuro so na watu ama no